Hello, everyone. Yui here, back with another commentary for the Resident Evil series. This time for Resident Evil Extinction. We're going to get right into it, and you can listen to this by itself or alongside your copy of the film. We're going to do a little countdown so you can sync up with us then. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we got the standard, regular introduction that these movies tend to have. I think all of them do, right? As far as I remember. Uh, Maybe there's one that doesn't, but yeah, we have this repetition of the first movie. And already in this, we're getting this idea that these movies are almost variations on a theme. uh, Literally in this case, because we get this. I mean, it looks different, right? It's a different ratio, all that stuff. But this idea of the recursive virtual space, something that Anderson obviously likes a lot. He just scripted and produced this entry. It's directed by Russell Mulcahy, who, from what I understand, seems to have been quite drunk on the set. So, as you know, however much of it is directed by him and is directed by maybe the AD or Anderson himself, honestly, I couldn't really tell you. But yeah, we're starting out here. Or, we're not sure where we're at. Which Mila is this? Well, that's the thing too. This movie introduces the idea of more than one Alice, just a whole host of Mila Jovoviches. And yeah, here, this might be the same place. It might be, or it might just be a similar looking location. I'm not sure. It feels like it's the same because they got the statue there and everything. Although none of the atmospheric details are present. The lighting is much more warmer. The color grading is different. Yeah, I think this was the last of the entries to be shot on film. I'm pretty sure. Because Afterlife, they started shooting on those big digital 3D cameras that I think James Cameron also used on Avatar. And see, now we have this compressed version of the series where we have the mansion and then we enter into the laser home. And so these things are being recombined, almost like a trial level in Metal Gear Solid or something, where they take elements from the main game and then throw them together in a remix. Oh, this is my favorite thing in video games. I mean, it's a very video gamey thing, but movies also have it a lot. The human-sized ventilation shafts, which I don't know. Do these exist in real life? I want to find them. I want to crawl through them. They're probably dusty and full of rats, but what's like Mission Impossible, right? When they're crawling through the CIA ventilation shaft. It's just the most insecure thing imaginable. Like, why do you need that much room for air? Maybe you do. I don't know. I've never been inside one. Yeah, see, it's almost like we get a compressed version of the entire first movie. We got the mansion, the laser hall, and then we have the hospital that she escapes from at the end. And yeah, I mean, this whole thing is like totally wordless too. It's very interesting a way to begin a movie, not very conventional. Yeah, I love Mila's boots here. It's awesome. And of course, she like steps on a trap like it's Tomb Raider, and then this fucking grenade thing comes out and just guts her. Terrible. Ugh, what an awful way to die. Now here we got the real introduction of Ian Glenn, who will persist in this series, surprisingly. And you wouldn't think so, but he does emerge uh, after this. Now this is a great little gimmick here. I love this. This reminds me of Fallout or something. We have this underground chamber, but it's concealed by this almost placid facade of a regular house. I love this. Yeah, giant underground elevators. Anderson loves this shit. He just loves these cavernous fucking facilities underground. I mean, it's a strange thing to have one of these. It reminds me of the first Fallout, where it takes place in the West Coast and just got this vast desert, but then underneath are these mysterious places, the vaults. And now, yeah, we get all in the Alice clones, which have just been discarded. I gotta say, you'd figure that they would find a better way to dispose of these bodies than just chucking them out in a fucking ditch in front of the facility. But maybe not. Maybe this is this is the best way to go about stuff. I don't know. Then we got all the zombies out front. Now, okay, I don't know. Are there this many zombies just hanging out in the desert? Sure, makes sense. That's a great image. Look at this. Yeah, I got the fucking helicopter shot. Fuck yes, this is great. Yeah. Look at they're just coming from miles around. They just wanna get this flesh. Now see, this is what I don't understand. Lakes and rivers dried up. So the T virus like infects nature? I don't quite get that. What not even that, but like it affects water. It's like, what are you telling me the T virus is stopping reservoirs from filling up with rain? I don't know. It's it's a little bit shaky. And the other movies kind of forget about that shit. They're just like, yeah, you know. But what really matters is you get these big, awesome desert landscapes. That's what you want. You just, you come up with any justification, and you're like, then everything's desert. That's why. You just, you know, with a genre film like this, you just need whatever fucking excuse to make a cool image. I think that's where these movies are very connected with something like Albert Pyun's cinema, where, why is this happening? Who cares? It just looks cool. I think the difference between something like the avant-garde and a movie like this is that an avant-garde movie would, you could just have everything be the same, but they wouldn't have any rhetorical justification for why things are the way they are. It would just be the way it is. Like you watch Angel's Egg, and the movie doesn't really explain what the fuck is going on or where you're at or who these people are. It just is something. Yeah, this is great. Mila looks awesome in this movie. I love her fucking outfits. She just looks like a bandit, like a bandit with fucking stockings and stuff. It's just this improbable outfit, but she rolls. I think this is the last time. Yep, it's the last movie in the series where they try to go for this blonde look with her. After this, she just goes more straight up brunette. Don't actually know what her regular hair color is. I guess I always assumed it was brunette, but maybe not. This is a weird thing. Like, we have this idea of like, these grotesque characters. Um, I don't know. Like, there's something. It's like kind of Hills Have Eyes ish, Texas Chainsaw ish. There's a meanness here that I don't think is really present in the other movies. Not really. Maybe it's a bit like Devil's Rejects too. I mean, that was this whole era, right? Everyone loved these. You could go anywhere outside a city, and then suddenly there's a bunch of violent rural hicks who are going to kill you and skin you and feed you to a dog or whatever. Which is, I don't know, generally not been my experience, but maybe it happens. I don't know. Here we got the fucking zombie dogs really quickly. Now, I don't understand this. They have this whole cage set up with zombie dogs. Seems pretty elaborate, but I guess they got this whole system of trying to lure people in. For what? To feed them to the dogs? Yeah. Some of these zooms. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening with some of this. It's very, you got these fucking crushing long lenses, and then I don't know, with the effects they're playing with the dogs, where it's half CG and then half practical. There's sort of a abstraction that you get into where it's hard to understand the space that any of this is in. You would have appreciated a wide shot, maybe, of just it's like, where the fuck am I? What's this location? Where are we at? Where are things? Yeah, just edges on the side are a little bit too frenetic. But that was also this era too, 2007. Everything had to be fucking shaky cam. Everything, you know, quick cuts, all that kind of shit. That Tony Scott stuff, Born Identity, whatever. Yeah, I would never keep zombie dogs around. Just don't. I mean, don't keep any like zombie pets around at all. Oh, so I love this. So we get all the dual wielding here. So, like again, Alice is always dual wielding everything. Dual wield pistols, dual wield machetes, which are fucking awesome in this movie. I kind of wish that she kept those, but she's got to have a new thing every movie. Like the dual wield machetes are awesome, and she like flips them around in her hands later. It's so cool. Yeah, so all this stuff from the previous movie where I was like, oh, you know, we're delivering Alice to the fucking Umbrella HQ. I don't know what the hell happened with any of that. And here we got like the Mad Max convoy, right? Just making their way to what is it, Arcadia? Yeah, because they got the radio broadcast from Antarctica, which is Arcadia. Then we got Ali Larder as Claire. She's probably she's one of the better parts of these movies. I quite like Ali Larder. She's decent. Oh yeah, this gets to a thing I imagine would be terrible about the apocalypse. Is that if you're a fucking smoker, eventually you're gonna run out of manufactured cigarettes. You're just not gonna have them. Oh yeah, here we go. We got the, the underground diagram. Yes. How do you even build this fucking like a place like this? I mean, surely this exists, but like, where the fuck? Like, I can't even imagine how you would be build any of this. It just seems very complicated. And we got Wesker, that guy. It's interesting. These movies, I'm never quite sure if Wesker is the leader or if Ian Glenn's character is. I assume that as things get worse and worse, they end up just being the two de facto guys in charge of everything. And there's somewhat of an imbalance of power there. Although by the time we get to final chapter, it seems kind of strange because you're like, Wesker, don't you have all these fucking crazy anime powers? And you're taking orders from Ian Glenn? I don't know. I'm sorry, Dr. Isaacs. Dude, Ian Glenn is just relishing this shit. He's just a guy born. He's just born to play a fucking bad dude. Although, I don't know. It seems like British people, British men especially, are exceptional at playing evil men. So his big plan is, oh, we got to make the zombies smarter. I guess so. But this is that whole era, right? Yeah, like 28 days later. It's funny because these movies really reflect the trends of the time they were made in. Because sometimes the zombies are smarter, they gotta be smarter. Sometimes they're just gotta be weirder, more mutated. I mean, they're just doing whatever, and the rules are made up, and they don't really fucking matter. Yeah, I don't understand the whole, oh, we gotta make a smart zombie. No, I actually don't want to do that. I'd rather they stay stupid. Yeah, I gotta say, this first guy they gotta play, Wesker, not great. He just doesn't have the panache of the later dude, whose name I don't remember, and who I will have to look up when we get to those later films. This is great. I love this. Her got the fucking crossbow. Although I don't know why she takes it apart. She looks so cool with the goggles. Hell yeah. She doesn't really wear them that much in this movie, but she looks great. Or maybe I just like goggles. I don't know. Oh, this is so gross. Ugh, just you open up something with just billions of fucking bugs. Ugh. Now, see, this is a crazy thing. These movies don't really return to. I mean, because, yeah, you have like the zombie dogs, but you have a bunch of zombie wildlife as well. I guess Would you have a zombie cow? Yeah, I guess you would, right? It's almost like you don't think there will be zombie versions of anything except for humans and, I suppose, meat eaters, right? But I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have, yeah, like a zombie deer. You could. But here you got the crows or ravens. I can't quite tell the difference. I'm sure someone else could. Oh yeah, this is the first movie with the Tamandandi score. Yeah, I love this theme. This looks great. Oh, but yeah, just like gives a very cool, like, I don't know, like techno grungy desert sound. Like even after the events of the last movie, he still got his fucking golden gun, his fucking desert eagle. Yeah, I like that bit of environment there where you just have like a thing of Nevada, right? So we just have to explain where it's taking place. You just show it, and you immediately understand. I mean, it's big, obvious, dumb stuff, but effective. Oh, this is lit quite well. Love the grain on this. Looks good. It's a good looking movie. I wish, yeah, that's. I just wish things were like less frenetic sometimes in terms of editing, but this is. It just looks way better than fucking Apocalypse did. Apocalypse just, yeah, it lacked some panache that I would expect. I would love to make a movie like this where it's just someone venturing in through a big house, and just slowly opening all the doors. We get to see them go in and out, and I mean that's so much of what the games are, right? So much of the games are just room clearing exercises or exploration, which these movies definitely do have, but I would like a whole movie that's just that. Maybe really linger on the slowness, the painstaking anticipation, also the details, right? Just get a whole lot of that going on. Now the neck snap thing, God, I gotta tell you, you gotta be pretty fucking strong to do it. Neck snap, I figure, but in movies it always seems to come across pretty easily. You just reach around and just Yeah, thankfully, I think this is the last one of these movies that does the whole like, oh, I got bit by a zombie, but I'm not telling anyone. Can I tell you? Oh my god, if someone did that shit with me, okay, firstly, I would never do that shit. I'd be like, listen, I got fucking bit. Shoot me in the fucking head, or like do something, anything, right? Like just don't don't have me like be like, no guys, it's a secret. I'm not bit. Like fuck that. Just take care of it real quick. That's what I say. This is so funny. They give him like a Sony fucking flip phone. Oh god. Also, like these guys just in the fucking chamber with the zombie. Like, dude, he's not even like tied up that much. It's crazy. I would never do this. This is the hubris of scientists, though. They think they can play God. Oh. Yeah, what? All this stuff feels very Day of the Dead, right? It's not the holiday, not the, not the that. No, the George Romero film. I haven't seen that in a while. I guess a lot of that film is also about like the military versus the scientists and the competing desires, what they want. Like, dude, they got the most fucking flimsy handcuffs. I love how Ian Glenn just immediately is just like, "Nope, I'm sacrificing you." Just get fucked, basically. It's hilarious. I don't know if it's the apocalypse and there's only so many scientists with education of a certain degree on planet Earth. Don't you think you want to save those guys? Nah, don't worry about it. That's more where that came from, right? Not really. So instead of doing these two movies, instead of directing them, he just produced them. Anderson made AVP and he made Death Race, right? I think those were the two ones. Yeah, I gotta say, I would rather that he would have directed these movies. I mean, I like AVP. Death Race is okay. Kind of wish he would have stuck with these. That would have been nice. In some ways, Death Race feels like a quasi simpler movie. This and the apocalyptic tone, the fanaticism of it, just the way it's edited, the grimy, like super fucking grimy late 2000s look. See, this is interesting. I mean, Anderson's just so obsessed with this stuff. They set up a perimeter. Each of them got they got a camera on there, right? Like he's just obsessed. He loves fucking surveillance and just fields of viewing things. I almost wish in that way he did more split screen stuff, right? I feel like that would come really intuitive, but I don't think I've ever seen him do it in a movie before. Or maybe he has. I'm just forgetting about it. Yeah, maybe it's in Three Musketeers or something. I gotta watch that again. I thought about wearing aviators once, but yeah, it's one of those. I just gotten too used to wearing my regular glasses, and I'd rather see. I don't spend a whole lot of time staring into the sun as it is. Yeah, my guy has his hopes and dreams wrapped up in a moleskin notebook. Good for him. I always love these explanatory things in movies where some guy goes and makes a fucking scrapbook of here's my plan, here's what I want, and here's what the exposition is. Like, in a way, you know, uh, I like that. I'd rather have that than have a character be like, so and so did this and that in 1942. Like, I hate that shit. Just fucking have people talking heads. I'd just rather show me something in the first place, or have something, have an action being performed. Oh, there we go. We got her floating in this kind of circular bit of goo. She's no longer in that fucking shitty Walmart chamber. Just got her in a goo bulb, an orb. I bet that's comfortable, right? Can you imagine just being in an orb of suspended floating goo? It'd be pretty great. Ah, here we go. Yeah, now we have the first startings of her psychic powers, right? Yeah, I like the stuff quite a lot. They didn't make as much of it as they wish they had, because it really only exists in this movie, and then in a bit of afterlife in the intro, where it's pretty awesome. But the problem is, it does make Alice into this OP combat romper stomp monster who's just gonna, waylay anything that comes in her direction. Having telekinesis must be pretty cool. I would like that. That'd be a good power to have, right? Not bad. Oh, this time lapse stuff is quite beautiful. I like that. It is interesting this movie coming out before any of the new George Miller Mad Max films did. It does have some of that flavor, right? It's a little bit of that, a little bit of Lawrence of Arabia, of course, but mainly Mad Max, I feel. I wonder if George Miller's ever seen this movie. Because what? Russell McKay is also an Aussie director, right? I wonder if they've ever watched it. Although, given that Russell McKay was like blacked out for a lot of this movie, I wonder if, yeah, I don't know. See, this is a great whole like set piece, right? That they constructed. It's almost like this hotel, half buried in sand. It's a great bit of production design. It looks awesome. And what I love too is that, I mean, obviously it's not a set. This is like in some real place that they just constructed this entire thing. I don't think it's a real location. It must not be, right? To be in the fucking middle of nowhere. But maybe it is. Oh god. Whatever happened to Walmart? Let's see. So she's in this movie, and then they save her in part four. And then oh yeah, then she well, sorry, spoilers, but if you listen to this, I guess you don't give a shit about spoilers. Yeah, then she gets fucking gunned down in the opening of part five. Along with everyone else, I suppose. Although maybe there's also them clones just sitting in some umbrella sanctuary somewhere. Oh, it's such a great visual. I love this. Having a bunch of zombie crows circling out in the desert. Now, this will be scary because you actually couldn't get away from these fucks. Like, if you're not inside something, they're just gonna fly in and bite you. And, like, all it takes is one nibble, and then you're fucking infected. You're fucked. You're so screwed. Yeah, the guy who plays Otto, he kind of has a Jack Elam look to him. Yeah, he does have the same face as him, really. Yeah, this does have shades of Hitchcock's The Birds, obviously. Although Anderson, he always operates in a pure genre space. Like the birds are not a metaphor for anything; they're just zombie birds, which I like. I do appreciate that by Anderson is that a thing in his movies is always a thing. It's not ever a metaphor or an image of a thing. Like the image is an image of the image. There's I don't know a realist tendency or maybe a literalist tendency with him. It's really antithetical to how movies are made nowadays, where like, oh my god, everything is suggestive, and you're supposed to derive all these implications from this or that. Not that movies didn't always have some degree of that, but it feels really endemic to the current moment of cinema. Whereas at this, I don't know if you could derive any metaphors from this movie. It's just a pure play of symbols, which I like. I love the image of all the birds like shadows being cast over on the ground. That's a great. I don't know. It looks good. Like it's an interesting texture. It's almost like a swarm of locusts. Yeah, these guys just getting mutilated in the worst way possible. Oh, the Wilhelm scream, yo! I forgot that was in here. Oh, this is a great image, like the flame being blocked. This is great. Yeah, she fucking just it's like pyrokinesis. Oh, I love this shot with all the fucking fire in the sky above her. Incredible shot. It looks so good. There's some parts of this that do remind me of Furiosa, and that shot is one of them. It's almost like this hyper digital extremity to it. It's like that shot when you get that close up in young Furiosa's eyes as she sees her mom being crucified. It's got that power. Another spike in alpha and beta waves, like what the fuck is an alpha wave or a beta wave? God, I wish I could tell you. But I'm not a scientist, not like Ian Glenn. Once again, it's probably some made up fucking gobbledygook shit. Although, hey, maybe it is like a real brain thing. I don't know. I don't really understand like what he's testing for here. Is he testing for other psychic powers, or I don't know? Like, what is the test here? Is the test for the hyper zombies? I feel like Kmart would make a pretty good non-binary name nowadays. It's just kind of ahead of her time. I've heard crazier things, but it's all cool. I don't know. You just really you end up realizing that I don't know a name really is all the meaning that you give to it. And that out of habit, I think it seemed reasonable. Yeah, I don't know if her being named Kmart is some commentary on corporatism or whatever. I'm sure there could be some deep reading of this movie where it's like, oh my god, the human lives have been entirely commodified or whatever. Which perhaps you could make for some other movies in the series, but this one seems to be more just like that's an interesting bit of texture. Oh yeah, yeah. Alice and Claire's first meeting, gonna have plenty of adventures together. Oh, yep, got the satellite zoom out. Whoa. This is interesting with the facial recognition stuff. I mean, you figure they could definitely do this now. I mean, they do, right? They have like street cameras. So I don't know if you could do it from a fucking satellite, like it's enemy of the state, but yeah, not too far off, right? Pretty good. 2007. Yeah, maybe for them, but definitely now. I never been to Alaska. That was the last place on Earth, but there was a regular human community. Yeah, would I go there? Well, presumably in this movie, I suppose, given that everything's dried out, it would actually be pretty temperate up there. So it'd be not too bad, right? You got oil, so yeah, you got forests, right? Although again, though, given all the zombie animals, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to go in the forest. Think about a zombie bear; it'd be pretty scary. You never really have that in these movies. You never have a zombie wildlife. I guess because it would be pretty expensive to render, right? Oh, dude, that looks so fucking gross. Dude, man, give it up. Dude, just have someone be like, no, just shoot me in the fucking head. There's something about this whole convoy that reminds me of Spielberg's The Lost World, when you have those big, souped up trailers that they have. I always like those. It's probably the best part of the movie, right? When those trailers are hanging off the cliff. Ah, you know what? Never thought about this, but yeah, Vegas in this movie. Sort of a precursor to what we see with Snyder's Army of the Dead, right? The city's abandoned and kind of taken over by the desert. It's all fucking just yeah. It's like there's a similar vibe there. Oh, that movie's I suppose less apocalyptic than this one. I don't think an environmental catastrophe has hit that. They kind of quarantine that city. I complain about how this movie is shot, but I'll tell you what, at least it's not shot like fucking Army of the Dead where you can't see shit half the time because the camera's out of focus. Ugh, I can't stand that fucking nonsense. It's so bad. I mean, I love Snyder, but man, that movie does not look good. It just gives me a headache to think about. These movies run into an interesting tension because it's supposed to be the apocalypse where human civilization has collapsed and everything is fucking falling apart. And yet there's also supposed to be like the all-powerful conspiracy of Umbrella Corporation, which dominates everything and, like, sees all and hears all and is operating with impunity. The games also have that too, right? Where there's this apocalyptic sensibility, but then you also have this desire to have it be like, well, fucking the Umbrella Corporation's still out there trying to make a profit. It's like, how can you make a profit in the apocalypse? I don't think you really can. Like, what's the end goal? I mean, the end goal gets revealed later, right? But in these movies, in these earlier ones, it gets pretty vague. But like, what's going on? This is a great shot right here. I love this. You get the strip, but everything has just been fucking made into a nightmare. I mean, this looks awesome. Look at this. Ah, yeah, fuck. This is so cool. Because yeah, again, it's like you have a new Sphinx and a new obelisk and a new pyramid in this desert, right? It's a great image. It's interesting that the two movies in this series that really take place in these open, outdoorsy settings, I think, are the worst. Apocalypse and this one. Yeah, I because I like this stuff, but I prefer it when there's more of uh, like a hermetically sealed labyrinthine structure. Because this stuff is great spectacle, but in terms of filmmaking, there's not a whole lot that Anderson. Well, he's just writing the story, but there's only so much you can really do within that space with the whole idea of surveillance. Because yeah, you gotta have these big fucking satellites and all this kind of stuff. You can't use security cameras. And this is the part where Anderson sets up all these fucking characters so they can just be utterly killed in this one big set piece. There's no fucking way he climbs all the way up this, right? That's not what I remember. I don't think he does. It'd be kind of stupid if he climbed all the way up this fucking Eiffel Tower replica. I think he gets up a little ways above it, and then it's like he just settles for that big enough perspective. Yeah, this is also interesting set, right? Because they just have all this stuff, these ruins out in the desert. A lot of it's pretty practical too. I wonder where's like the digital stitches. Oh, I forgot she's wearing fucking heels in the desert, yo. Oh, I mean they're boots, but still, yeah, I would not want to wear any type of heels in this environment where you're just stepping around in sand. Just gonna break my fucking ankles. Now, this is so video gamey, right? Where you you have like the giant box of enemies that opens up and attacks everyone. Yeah, he doesn't get all the way fucking up. He just climbs to some higher part. Dude, there's so many guys inside there. There's so many dudes. They just piled them all in there. I mean, if they're intelligent, do you figure like they would start attacking each other at a certain point? I guess not. Maybe zombies have loyalty. Yo, it's just the fucking spinny matrix bullshit with the fucking machetes. Oh, this is sick. This is great. This should come to the movies for people. Just Mila Jovovich hacking up zombies, kicking them. uh, gotta respect these movies. Never went for the PG-13 bullshit. Just always keep it R. Ugh, ugh, so good. Just having the fucking head blast out at the camera. Yes. There's so many of these dudes. There's like an army of them. It's literally just they just all filed out in unison. See, this choreography is pretty good. I wish it was filmed a little, yeah, just a little, like 50% less cuts. I, you could still have cuts, but I need like a little bit more of a fluid motion. They're very much like every single beat you have to cut on, which is something I generally can't stand. Like if you're filming action and every single movement you're anticipating there to be a cut, like stop that shit. Just stop. Just fucking play the thing out. Is my opinion. But the motions here, like all the movements, it's all meaty, good stuff. It looks great. I don't get this either. Like they have a camera inside her head. Like what the fuck? Like how is that? How can they see inside of her? Maybe it's like an implant in her brain. Like a sample of her blood while still warm. So these guys are crazy because they've set up like a little encampment here, but the zombies could come from them too. They haven't anticipated that. Oh, this is crazy. They just fucking deactivate her. Yeah, it's over for him. Sorry. Oh, dude, Ally Larder with the fucking Winchester repeater. See, that's good. It's a little bit too. Yeah, you could have fucking staged that a little bit better, but it's a great sequence. Just fucking loading the gun to the guy's mouth and firing. Dude, there's so many of these fuckers. There's so many. Dude, I love her scream is like, oh no, it inspires Mila to fight against the conditioning. Oh, this sucks. This guy's trying to climb up here. Fuck that. Oh, dude, it's over, man. Dude, he just got fucking baked. Oh shit. It's over, man. Fuck. Yeah, rip. Oh, I love this. It's like Akira. She just psychically disables the fucking machine tracking thing. Yeah, of course she's got to have like fucking reverse grip on the machetes. That's just some 2007, but I love it. You know what? They just put themselves up on the roof over there. Yeah, that's not very safe. Because zombies are smart. They're climbers. They're climbing over everything. No, I would not do that. I love this. The handheld camera, and she just approaches where they're at. Just destroyed. Look, I love see this guy climbed up here. Like, what the fuck, man? He climbed up there. Get me the antivirus. No, dude, it's too fucking lame. It's over. I love this guy walking and be like, all right, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, just use more fucking more antivirus. Just fucking shove that on. I love this shit. It just die. The actor is not great, but I do like the idea of the character. Dude, he does like Mortal Kombat tentacles into his fucking head. So Isaac's he turns into a Birkin like creature. I forget what his name is. Yeah, like G Birkin, G Virus Birkin, or whatever from RE2. Very much looks like him. He's got this big fucking tentacle coming out of him. Yeah, damn. Everyone really did get massacred except for these these fucking four. Anderson loves this though. He loves having like a huge group and then just fucking kill them all. It's his favorite structure. Oh, don't worry, Mila. He's gonna come back in RE5, but as a bad guy. What I don't understand is how did they have like genetic material in all these dudes? Like, who's the guy going out and collecting it for them? They just have it on file, you know? Well, he was part of the Umbrella task force, right? And Jill, well, they captured Jill, I suppose. Who else? Yeah, they clone Rain. Rain was a part of the task force too. Okay. All right. Well, it kind of does make sense what they do then. I imagine they would have something on them, I guess. Can you imagine getting on your job and they're like, I need access to your genetic code so that I can clone you later in case you die? Sounds kind of like a nightmare, doesn't it? A nightmare which in the future might be disturbingly plausible. Yeah, this is the last one of these Ari movies where Mila has this like baby face. Uh, I mean, she's still, I don't know, she looks like very smooth in this. And then in the later movies, she gets more angular. She's kind of, I don't know, not that it matters really, but I don't know. I find, yeah, like in Afterlife, Retribution, Final Chapter, Monster, I don't know, I think she's very beautiful. I think like the sharper tones of her features suit her well. She looks pretty great. I remember hearing somewhere before that in this movie they had like CGI makeup done to her face, which maybe, yeah, I don't know if I buy that. Honestly, I don't know how I'd even tell. Although apparently it's pretty common nowadays. I hear it all the time with guys like Tom Cruise, where he's just got like a bunch of fucking CGI makeup done to him. Uh, Maybe that's true. I don't know. I mean, he looks. I mean, he looks his age in the last Mission Impossible, so can't be that much, right? But maybe it's just for blemishes or God knows what. I don't know. I wonder if any of those CGI artists would like do a tell-all, right? I wonder if any of them would do like the yes, I applied digital makeup to Mila Jovovich's face. Bet you those guys have some fucking cool stories. Oh hell. Oh, I love this shot. This this pan out. He just smiles. Boom. Fuck yes. It's a good explosion. Oh wait, hold on. The kids are still safe. Yeah, what the fuck happened? Oh no, man, those kids died too later. Oh well, rip. Oh well. I was like this too in movies when everyone can fly a helicopter. If you asked me to fly a helicopter, I guess I could try and do it, but I'd probably end up killing myself. Probably just fucking crashing that son of a bitch. You need to get a license for that stuff. It seems complicated. Maybe if you played an accurate enough flight sim, you could do it, right? You get those complicated controllers that really mimic the control systems of a helicopter. And my grandfather used to have systems like that, like these, like racing sim setups. There was one for the original Xbox where it was supposed to mimic the inside of a mech pilot's chair. So you had all these levers and buttons and odds and ends. I forget what that game was called. Fuck. I always wanted to play it though, but it seemed really expensive. And maybe the game wasn't that good. I don't know. Oh god, there's so many floors, so many layers to this place. Oh yeah, that'd be an interesting idea for a movie, yeah, because you just have this premise of the character exploring this underground labyrinth, and you go into it floor by floor. You really show the excruciating details of each set, right? That'd be cool. If you had access to some decent locations, that'd be nice. Now, this is a bit of a premonition, or not a premonition, but it texturally feels like a lot of the end of Final Chapter when she goes back to the hive. Feels a little bit like that. This sort of dilapidated umbrella facility with all the fucking blood on the walls and the grime. Yeah, I mean, this place sure is. It became a shithole really quickly, I'll tell you that much. She was homicidal bitch. Like here we got the red queen, the white queen. I think they're all supposed to be the same girl. Yeah, I like how she looks really stark white, like a vampire against this very dark background. It's an interesting visual. I love this bit too, where it's like, there's this facility, you could engineer a cure, and instead, like that gets entirely forgotten about in later movies, and then she just goes and gets revenge with her fucking army of Milas. Yeah, I really would like to make a film like this. Now that I'm talking about it, yeah, just exploring, having yeah, like kind of her position where she's got like the flashlight underneath her gun. That'd be great if I could get a performer, get a model to like just kind of do that, just do room clearing, investigate, pick up things. That'd be great because it'd kind of be like a mystery movie as well. Be very invested in the details of physical space. You get really into the brass tacks. I'd love to do that. I don't know. Maybe I should work on that. That'd be nice. Have like a project, really something I could like do with someone else. I wouldn't need that many people, right? I'll just need like I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking out loud. Uh, this looks great though. I like this. This is well constructed, well lit. I always like it in movies when you have these dilapidated facilities. Like there's sparks and fucking blood everywhere and just shit papers on the floor. Oh yep, there she is, the goo girl. Oh god, yeah, it would be so weird if you just met a clone of yourself. sitting in a giant blue sphere. Yeah. But just a clone of yourself anyway. I can't imagine that'd be weird. These movies kind of sidestep that whole thing. They kind of yada yada it, but it'd be quite surreal. I wonder if you would carry your own self perception of yourself in relation to the clone, right? How far could you extend that? And vice versa, of course. Yeah, I don't really understand. Like this thing, these movies always have like some big ass fucking hulking monster just darting around really quickly, running and super quiet. I'm like, motherfucker, there's no way you're moving around that quiet. Oh no, Mila. That dude, they got like Ian Glenn in this, just buried in all this fucking makeup. It's crazy. Oh no. Yeah, and already here again we have this return to the return motif. You always got to be going back to some primordial origin point of these films. The idea of waking up, the idea of mystery. I think this is the last time we ever see this dude, the fucking the schlub guy who was her boyfriend. I guess I understand if this movie was like, all right, enough of that. Now, when you could transform into a big monster thing, yeah, I guess he was like, oh, I'm doing roars, oh, I'm a monster, rah. But he's also capable of like human speech and stuff. So I don't know. Dude, they just got him buried and all this shit. It's so funny. I always laugh when like you got these actors, they just fucking encase them in a giant monster suit. Because I imagine some of them find it fun, and then some of them are just like, this is horrible. I remember Colin Farrell recently talking about how much he was just like, yeah, I never want to be the Penguin again because of all this fucking shit that I have to wear. Yeah, this is the real psychic shit I wish you could do IRL. Just fucking do brain blasts at your enemies. I can't die. Alright. Well, he just does like a fucking roar and it blows all this stuff away. Come on, what the fuck? Oh, now we do get an echo of this in final chapter. I didn't even think about that, but we really do. Ian Glenn and her in the fucking laser chamber. Yeah, so I suppose this movie is less. Yeah, Apocalypse is really the outlier. This one does have more connections to the larger series, I think. For so long, I thought you were the future. Dude, my man, he really does look like a Power Rangers villain, I gotta say. I like how both of them, like her and her clone, have to get off one-liners. Just absurd. Yes. Here we go. We got the army of Alice's. I mean, this is like a great sequel bait, though. I mean, they make good use of it in the next one, but are kind of like yada yada yada. But this is great. I love this. Just looking out and seeing all the fucking Milas everywhere. Who in the world would need that many Milas? Well, I guess Paul. You know, he just keeps multiplying his wife across cinema. And this is a lot of them too. This is quite a lot, actually. Yeah, directed by Russell McKay. Yeah. Well, that was Resident Evil Extinction. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Not my favorite, but entertaining romp, as they say. As who said, I don't know. Yeah, why do we have like some edgy remake of White Rabbit on the credits? I don't fucking know. I gotta say, like White Rabbit must have the most amount of terrible versions of it. There's so many bad ones. Jason O'Mara as Albert Wesker. Yeah, that motherfucker ain't coming back. He's not good. Yeah. Let's see. Cinematographer, yeah, he shot the first Resident Evil, AVP, Extinction, uh, Lawrence Fishburne, Othello, uh, did a bunch of stuff that I haven't heard of. Is this the last film that Mulcahy ever did? Let's see. I don't know. He's done, yeah, Teen Wolf the movie last year. Okay, right. Also, yeah, he's had a strange career. I mean, I fucking love the first two Highlander movies. I love Ricochet. All those are masterpieces. The Shadow. Come on, The Shadow fucking rules. Even Resurrection, I'm kind of into it. Christopher Lambert doing shitty version of Seven. It's good. Yeah, it just seemed after the 90s, his fucking career just fell apart a little bit. I don't know. I've heard from people who don't actually like these movies that, oh, my favorite is Apocalypse. My favorite is Extinction, which I can see, right? If you're not a fan of the Anderson style, then these probably would be your favorites. Yeah, I don't think they're terrible. I still enjoy them. It's just kind of like I'm looking for the fix, and only really the first movie, then 4, 5, and 6 really give me that fix of the Andersonian touch. Also, I just think he became a better director after Afterlife. I think Afterlife was a big step forward for him in terms of scale and execution and style. Yeah, so done with this, and now I can move on to the films that I prefer. Uh, yeah, sorry if this whole commentary has been a bit bereft of energy. Yeah, it's just me. I can only say so much about this movie. I would have gotten someone else to do it with me, but I don't really know anyone who's a huge fan of this, so it just came down to me, which is fine. I always enjoy hanging out with you, whoever you are, listeners, plural. Oh, digital map painters. Yeah, that'd be great. Love map painters. Yeah, surprisingly, not a huge team of digital artists on this. Well, compared to modern movies where there's just a bajillion fucking people. Read the novel available from Pocket Books. You know what? I should buy the novels for these. I wonder. Oh my god, do they do novels for all of them? I have to look that up. I'll fucking see. Wow, discoveries. Yeah, back when they made movie tie-in novels. Maybe they still do. I don't fucking know. Anyway, thanks for listening.